Hi, welcome to the Destin Business Forum, brought to you by the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce. Our sponsor is Beach Walk Henderson Park Inn. I'm your host, Amy Perry, and our guest today is Dion Moniz. You are with Harrison, Sale McCloy, Attorneys at Law, correct?
Correct.
All right, let's find out about you first.
Okay.
Tell us 2 minutes about Dion.
2 minutes. All right. So I'm an Air Force brat, so come from a military family, so big respect to the military. I'm a double Seminole. Go Noles.
A double.
You got to. It's running in my blood. So I went there for undergrad and law school, and I've been practicing since 2000, so almost 20 years.
Wow.
And started at a different firm doing all insurance defense, and then transferred over to Harrison, Sale McCloy back in 2009, and now primarily focus on real estate, business law, commercial litigation, stuff like that.
Okay. So tell me about your firm, Harrison, Sale McCloy.
Yes. So we started back in 1984. The three founders are Franklin Harrison, Doug Sale, and Rosa McCloy, and started in Panama City. That's where our mothership is, and built that up. We came over 2012 and started what I call our westward expansion. And so we eventually started moving westward, and now we have offices in Panama City, Santa Rosa Beach, and Destin, with Destin being the newest office that we opened back in August.
And you are in the?
I'm primarily the Destin office, and I bounce to the 30A office and to Panama City, depending on my clients' needs and schedules, stuff like that.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about what, for those folks who don't see lawyers regularly. I think we take for granted, we know everything that's, not everything, but trends, different things like that. For those who don't see lawyers a lot, tell them what's going on legal-wise, what you're seeing in the area.
Sure. It's actually been really exciting over the past 5 years. We've seen a nice transition from foreclosures to closings. So the real estate market's back up, which is awesome. I much prefer closings instead of foreclosures. And if you look at the statistics, real estate for Okaloosa County is up about 10%. What's more exciting is that commercial real estate is up 40% from last year. And that's really exciting, because that tells you that you either have new businesses coming into town or existing businesses that are expanding. So that's really good. The population has been steadily increasing since over the last 5 years. And if you go to the Florida Chamber of Commerce, they expect, whether you're looking at Bay County, Walton County, or Okaloosa County, it's anywhere from a 17% growth to 48% growth until 2030. So, I talk to my lender clients and my real estate clients, and everyone's busy, and that's great.
I love
that.
We want. I love that. When I call clients that I also go to, and they're really busy, I'm like, it's okay, you can get to me later.
Exactly.
Because I remember the times when everybody wasn't so busy. So that's a great thing. And when businesses expand, when people move in, it's good for everyone, right?
Right. Absolutely.
It's growth. Okay, so you said that you do closings?
I do.
The firm does closing.
Yeah, well, I do, and the firm as a whole. We kind of consider ourselves full service. We pretty much do everything except criminal law these days. Okay. We have 15 lawyers amongst the 3 offices, so we have a pretty deep bench, but we do handle closings. We actually acquired a title company, Emerald Coast Title Services, back in 2014, and so we run the residential closings through that, and we do all the complex commercial closings through the law firm.
Got it. Okay. All right, I want to ask you another question that I get a little prickly about when I see those advertisements for, I don't even know what it is, pay $100 and have a lawyer all the time or something, kind of the do-it-yourself, the forms. Being a lawyer, I'm sure doctors wouldn't recommend that people, do their own surgery, so it's sort of hard. I think people can do some stuff, maybe a small claim or something, but tell me what are some of the things that you've seen that people have sort of made mistakes on if they do some legal work themselves?
Yeah, I got to tell you, the biggest thing I've seen is, again, as we have more business coming into town, you have people opening or forming an LLC or a corporation, and they have multiple owners or partners, and they don't do any sort of governing documents. Or they get online and they pay $100 for some form that's generic and doesn't cover Florida law, and a couple years down the road they get into a dispute with one of their partners or whatever, and the document doesn't say what to do.
Right.
And so then they have to hire a lawyer to get them out of the mess, which ends up costing way more money in the back end with litigation than if they had just spent a little bit of money on the front end with a good lawyer like me or you to do the documents up front. And so not having those governing documents in place, even contracts, does it have a fee clause? Does it have a no chargeback clause for credit card payments? Does it have a venue clause? Chances are no, if they got it offline, because it's one of those generic forms.
Right.
So you need to spend some money with a lawyer up front, get protected so that you're not paying us more on the back end. We love litigation. We make more money that way, but that's not in the client's best interest.
Right. I agree with you, and it's hard to convince people of that. So other than this, I've really stopped trying with a lot of people. And it's like, okay, I'll see you or I'll see you. I see a big mistake when people are 50-50. There are reasons for doing that, but you're like, it's got a typewriter.
Someone needs to have control. Exactly.
Document or something. Okay, I'm going to get off of that.
Well, let me touch on one more mistake, if you don't mind.
No, not at all.
People not having wills or estate plans. No one wants to think about dying, but the two most guaranteed things in life are death and taxes.
That is true.
And crazy traffic in the summer. So let's make that
and
three
not
guarantees.
so much in the summer only, exclusively. It's getting crazy in the,
It is, which is another sign of our growth. So that's good. Let the traffic keep coming. But no one wants to think about dying. So they put off doing a will or an estate plan. And then something happens and a loved one dies and you have to spend 2-3 years in probate trying to get it all sorted out when it could have been handled with a good will.
Yes. And I was one of those people. I stupidly thought if I get my will done and I sign it, that means I'm going to die. I don't know why, but for the longest time, and I had somebody in my firm that did wills. And after I had my daughter, then I was like, okay, I got to address this. But people have all sorts of reasons for not doing different things, but it really is a kindness that you can do. God forbid something happened to you. The people around you, just make it easier on
Absolutely.
them. So I totally agree with that.
The best thing you can do for your loved ones is plan for that so they don't have to deal with it.
Yes. Okay, so anything else about what's happening in the area? I want to ask you a specific question about the firm, but anything else that's going on in the area that you want to talk about before I get to a specific question?
Yeah, another trend that I've seen or that we're seeing is you're getting a lot of people that have second homes here and run a big company in a different state, and they're coming here and working remotely now. And so that's been a big change. Or those executives are retiring and opening another business. They get bored playing golf or going fishing for so many months, and they decide to open another business. And so especially over in the Walton County area, 30A is just popping with people in that situation.
Right.
And we're seeing it in Okaloosa County too. So that's an important trend as well.
Okay, so my last question is, can you tell me what, in your mind, sets your firm apart from all others?
You mean other than the fact that I'm there?
Yes, and I'm not. Two really good things. No, what sets Harrison Sale McCloy apart?
So primarily, I think it's because of the depth of services we can provide. Again, we're a full-service firm, essentially, 15 lawyers, 3 offices. We also take a team approach to everything. If I get a client in that has an employment law matter, I'm not trying to handle it. I'm giving it to my partner that does employment law, because that's in the best interest of the client. So we share all the work. It's a team approach, truly. And not only that, but we look out for our clients. We want our clients and the community to be growing, and intelligently, of course. Sure. But we want our community to be a better place to live, work, and play. And if our clients and the communities are growing, well, we're going to grow with them.
Right.
And
it's a win-win.
Exactly. Everyone wins from that.
All right. I like that answer. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do for our community. I know that you're on the Rotary Board and Maddie Kelly, as well as the Destin Chamber Board.
Yes.
That's a lot in addition to being a lawyer full-time. So I suggest you quit your job. That really is a lot that you do for the community in addition to a full-time job. So
well, we believe in being involved in the communities that we're located in. So
right.
I'm doing my
Again,
best.
it's a win-win.
Absolutely.
So, come back when you join 5 more boards. No, I'm joking. Come back and let us know how the firm's doing.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed the conversation.
Me too. Thank you very much.
All right. We'll be back.